Whispers of the Wolves. The winter came early that year. Snow fell in thick, soundless sheets, muffling the forest and swallowing the paths. Travelers avoided the northern road, but a lone wanderer pressed on, cloaked in furs and silence. His name was Arlen, and he carried little more than a satchel of dried roots, a small knife, and the memory of a home long lost. By the third night, the storm had worsened. His firewood was gone. The forest loomed tall and dark around him, each branch bending heavy with ice. He huddled beneath a pine, trembling, listening to the emptiness between the howls of the wind. Then another sound rose, a long, low howl that shivered through the trees. Wolves. Arlen's blood froze colder than the snow. He had heard tales in every village. Wolves that tore men apart, wolves that lured travelers with cries that sounded almost human. He gripped his knife and waited, but the howls did not come closer. They circled him, weaving in and out of the storm as if singing to one another. It was not the sound of hunting, it was the sound of speaking. Exhaustion weighed down his eyes, and in the blur of half-sleep, Arlen thought he saw them. Pale shapes in the storm, eyes glowing like lanterns, fur rimmed with frost. They did not attack, they simply watched. When he awoke at dawn, the snow around his shelter was marked with paw prints, a trail of them. Against reason, against fear, he followed. The wolves led him deep into the forest, where the snow broke into a clearing lit with morning light. At the center stood a fallen stag, untouched by scavengers, its body still warm. Hunger gnawed his belly. He whispered a prayer, cut meat from the carcass, and left the rest untouched. From the shadows, the wolves watched. Their leader, a great gray with silver scars, bowed its head once as though granting permission. For days, this pattern continued. The wolves appeared at dusk, their howls threading through the dark. Arlen followed their trails to food, to streams unfrozen by hidden springs, to hollowed logs that shielded him from the storm. The forest, once cruel, became survivable, and as he grew weaker from his journey, he began to hear them not with his ears but in his chest, soft voices that spoke between the howls. Walk steady, do not fear the dark. You are not alone. He wondered if hunger had driven him mad, or if the wolves were more than flesh and fur, spirits of the wilderness, guardians of the lost. When the storm finally broke, Arlen found himself at the edge of the forest, the valley below green and alive beneath the spring sun. He turned, hoping for one last glimpse. The wolves stood at the tree line, silent, their eyes catching the light. The great gray bowed its head again, and then as quietly as they had come, they vanished into the woods, leaving only paw prints that melted with the thaw. Arlen walked on, never forgetting the voices that had carried him through the storm. The villagers never believed his story. They said he had survived by luck or by madness. But at night, when the wind howled through the mountains, Arlen would close his eyes and listen, and he swore he could still hear them, the whispers of the wolves.